What's up, you guys? Toy Shiz here, and I got a really quick video for you today, and I know you're all very happy to be seeing all these new gorgeous Marvel Legends that were shown off at this year's NYCC. So, I got plenty to talk about as far as characters. So today, we're going to be doing who in the holy heck is Night Thrasher. And I know a lot of you, when I first showed the picture, you're like, who the heck is that? And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, who is that? I couldn't really tell until I was like, oh, let's just be honest. I had to do a bunch of research. I know who Night Thrasher is. You probably have heard of Night Thrasher just as I have. But in terms of what he's actually done and things in comics, I didn't really ever read him or get involved. It's just one of those things where that's how it worked out. So I'm going to do a quick video, let you guys all in the know, and let you know exactly who you're going to be buying on store shelves when he hits early next spring with the Spider-Man Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. Now, Night Thrasher, his first appearance was in Thor number 411, and that was in 1989, and the character was created by Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz, and they created him. You're going to get a kick out of this. This is what I'm going to say. So, they created him as probably an answer to Batman, and you're going to kind of see why. So, the character's name is Dwayne Michael Taylor. He grew up in New York with a really wealthy family, okay? He was out with them one night, all that kind of stuff, and guess what happened? His parents were murdered. And does that sound like any other character that you may know, Batman? He swears vengeance on all criminals. It's Batman. Growing up, and subsequently as he got older, he decided to train and work his body into almost superhuman levels of fitness and everything else so that he could fight a one-man war on criminals of the underworld. This is Batman. Come on. Are you serious, Marvel? Right now, we're talking... This is a total blatant ripoff of Batman. Anyways, the circumstances of his parents' death, he can't remember. It's almost like he thinks that his memory is prohibiting him from seeing what actually happened, and so he goes about his life trying to search out who actually killed his parents, but he just can't bring himself to remember the exact situation of what happens, even though he was there. He goes out, he starts fighting crime. He's just doing crazy stuff. He's beating up criminals, and he decides that there are superhuman criminals out there, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't know this, but he needs to have a sort of body armor. He needs to have the gadgets. This is Batman, man. Come on, you can't do this. Anyways, he decides to be Night Thrasher, and he just goes to town on the criminal element. So, as time goes on, he's like, you know what? I'm going to totally create my own superhero team, and I'm going to base it off the Fantastic Four. So, he decides, well, I'm going to be Reed Richards of the team. That's fine. He's like the brilliant guy of that sort of team that he wants to create. So then he needs a Ben Grimm, basically, right? So he goes after Richard Rider, better known as Nova. And at this point, Nova has no powers, and he decides to drop Nova off a bridge. This is Batman, man. This is what Batman does. Anyways, he drops Nova. He had already deduced that if he'd done this, Nova would regain his powers for whatever reason. And he does, and Nova's like, you know what? Thanks so much for giving me back my powers. That was really messed up that you dropped me off a bridge, but I got my powers back, so I'll join your team. He then recruits Firestar, and she essentially becomes Johnny Storm, and also Marvel Boy, who takes on the role of Sue Storm, so Invisible Woman. So he's got his team, and they set out, and they go off to fight Terrax, who's harassing the city in this one event. They meet up with characters Namorita and Speedball. They all join the team. They actually come close to defeating Terrax, but the Avengers show up, steal the show, and this unnamed team, was like, you know what, that's kind of, that's messed up. We kind of did all the thing, and they get all mad, and they have their official name. It's kind of like a solo situation, like, who are you people? Nobody, all your solos. Like, you know what, we're going to call you guys something different. You're not the Avengers. You're totally unique. You guys are going to be the new Warriors. So, bingo bango, they got their name. Night Thrasher's got his team, and they go off and they start fighting crime together. Night Thrasher has fought everyone from the Juggernaut. He fought him with Thor, beat him up pretty good, and the Punisher, who he almost won, but the Punisher chickened out and had to use a machine gun on him, so he got away. Anyways, as time keeps going, Night Thrasher's like, you know what, I'm pretty cool right now, and I'm fighting crime, and nothing can really get me down, except he comes to find out that his family's company is involved in some super shady dealings, and that also the woman that kind of sort of helped raise him actually instituted his entire family's death and had been messing with his brain this entire time. So that's all messed up. It's kind of like Alfred being the guy that messed with Bruce Wayne, if that was to happen, if this was actually based on Batman, which it is, and it's totally obvious. It's kind of like Deadshot, Batman, and Nightwing all put together. You know, just, that's really what it is. Anyways, during Civil War, Night Thrasher actually dies in the nitro explosion, and that's what caused, in Stanford, and that's what caused this entire events that led to Civil War. After Civil War, a new Night Thrasher starts showing up, and he's got a new Warriors group, and everyone's trying to figure out who he is. They come and they're like thinking, oh, maybe it's the old Night Thrasher, and they dig up his grave and he's not in it, and they're like, oh man, it's totally him. He must have survived the blast. Come to find out, poor guy actually died during the explosion, and the new Night Thrasher is actually Dwayne's illegitimate half-brother, Don Yell Taylor. So he wasn't doing like a bad job, but they were just trying to figure out, it's revealed, all that great stuff. And then the actual Night Thrasher's remains are discovered, and they give him a proper burial. So that's nice. Craziness returns, though, for Night Thrasher, of course. When the Collector and the Grandmaster have their contest of champions, they actually pull Night Thrasher out of the time stream, and the Collector wants him as part of his team. Maestro usurps the throne from the Collector and all that kind of stuff. Night Thrasher stuck there, helps lead a fight against all the beings. Rebellion ends up going south. Maestro, who's actually like, you know what, Night Thrasher, you're like too dangerous to have around. And he sends him back to present day Earth, which then makes Night Thrasher back to life, baby. So Night Thrasher, he's up and thriving. He's doing great. He's the original guy, and he's kicking butt and taking names with his brand new Marvel Legends figure that is going to be part of the Spider-Man Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave for early next spring 2019. Very exciting. I hope you guys enjoy this figure. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a history on who in the holy heck is Night Thrasher. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, you said that you've read comics. How do you not know? And I'm going to say, guess what? I don't know everything about comics. I didn't say that, but I have read comics for a very long time. And you know what? If I don't know who Night Thrasher is, that's okay. I've read Batman before. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this, and let me know which character you would like me to do next for my Who in the Holy Heck segments. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday night. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, find some fantastic action figures. And when you do, let me know what you found. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention that this dude's main weapon is a skateboard. Yeah. All right, so he's not Batman. We're good. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.